The way topics drastically changed, I cannot comprehend because we're fighting for the peace of Tanzania, for those that are being killed mercilessly, those that are being charged with treason. And then all of a sudden, the president of Uganda comes up and talks about two topics in the same conference. The first one was about the two activists, Kenyan activists, who came to Uganda, and then, he said that he put them in a fridge. And then the second topic being about the Indian Ocean, which he claims is his. He did not even say it's for Ugandans. He said it's his. And that is what now sparked off everything.
That you are in a block of flats, that the compound belongs to only the flats on the ground floor, that the compound belongs to the whole block. All the flats are entitled to the compound.
Yeah.
There's no way you can say. So may I just watch these people? You are really endangering yourself. How can you have a situation like this? Uganda is landlocked inside here. But where is my ocean? My ocean is the Indian Ocean. So, no, it belongs, really, me.
No, actually, that Indian Ocean belongs to me. Are you aware of that?
Are you sure? Do you have the writings?
Don't ask me to ask
Do you have any document?
No, when I was fighting in 1962, we used to trade using that Indian Ocean.
Uganda does not have access.
Mr. President Ruto, you have just came to power. I've been in power for over 48 years. You have to consult about me. Sema yange yange.
No.
Ochigana tugenda genda mu ntalo.
If you want war, it will be war. That's my Indian Ocean trade. It's my waters.
Do you know my son Muhoz?
I know.
If you hear about the name Muhoz, wekabileko.
Nakupiga wewe. If you want war, it will be war.
This is Uganda. And if we start a war, we shall not end. Even if America comes in, tewali agenda kutasa. Ruto wakajja kufuzi zenduddeko era nkyaliko.
General Muhoozi mwana wa Kawoka, wacha nikurahisishie mambo. Mbona unaomba ruhusa? You're waiting for a green light from your father. Abeg, come collect. Si Buddha amebanja akasema, Indian Ocean ni yenu, as delulu as he is. Why Peter, bro? Teremka, si unajua njia? Harakisha, fastisha. Why are you asking for permission ni ya nini? Masaa 8 tu bwana, hata unachele. Fika. Hiyo hata ijalindwa na mtu. Veshaja. Haraka.
Uganda has threatened to invade Kenya if they don't give them the Indian Ocean. Do you know who is behind it? It is Iran. It is Qatar. It is Saudi Arabia. It is United Arab Emirates. It's behind all these things. Look at what's happening in Sudan. Innocent African women and children are losing their lives. Look at what's happening in Nigeria. Innocent Christian women and children are losing their lives. Look at what's happening in Ethiopia. Innocent Orthodox Christian women and children are losing their lives. It is actually absurd that Iran needs money for its nuclear programs. Iran needs money for its missile programs. And to them, it seems that Africa has money. Qatar needs money for its big buildings. It is Africa paying the price of evil war, an unjust war. a war which is inhumane. African women deserve the right to have peace because they are like any other women in the world. The African children, they deserve to have peace because they are like any other children around the world. I am an ambassador of peace. Therefore, it hurts me that these countries don't want Africa to have peace. Africa deserves to have peace. Why is Iran doing this? Why is Qatar, UAE, Saudi Arabia, Russia and China doing this? We deserve peace. African women deserve life. African children deserve to go to school. They deserve what other children get. It saddens my heart that this is where we have reached, where destabilizing Africa seems to be a full-time job. It is practically absurd. Africa needs healing. Africa needs tranquility. Africa needs joy. It needs to feast and it needs to be alive and kicking. My fellow Africans, we cannot support this. We cannot support this. Our continent must have peace.
So Kenyans, we Ugandans, we need part of the Indian Ocean. I can assure you. There is no way you guys can have full access to that Indian Ocean when us we have no way to access it. The only way to access it is through you guys. You had the president's statement. The Indian Ocean, part of it belongs to Uganda. In fact, the whole East Africa is supposed to have a share of that Indian Ocean. I don't know whether these other countries want to talk about it. These of Rwanda, Burundi, South Sudan, or maybe for them they are comfortable not having access to the Indian Ocean. But for us here as Uganda, we need part of that ocean. So I don't know how you guys are planning to deal with it. Either you give us part of your land that can, let's say from Uganda, you give us part of your land that leads up to the ocean. So I don't know exactly how you guys are going to deal with it, but want to give you some time to first think about it. Yeah, you first brainstorm. Now, for the meantime, just know that Indian Ocean that you're seeing belongs to Uganda. I can assure you.
Uganda President, Mr. Museveni, you are talking about war now. You want to take Indian Ocean. That belongs to Kenya. Let me tell you something. You might have served for long as president, but don't dare our president, William Ruto. Don't dare that son of Sugoi. It might become a very bad nightmare to you. I know you've been investing heavily militarily. Instead of you developing Uganda, you're always thinking about war. You're always thinking about military action. Don't try it with Kenya. Don't try it with William Ruto. Because if you do, that might be the last time you'll be sitting your buttocks on the presidency seat in your village, Uganda. So let's just assume it was a slip of the tongue. Let that dream not ever cross your mind again. And if you think you can, try us. Try Kenya. I think with your age, we will forgive you because you might say anything. But I hope you are not serious. And your son, Muhozi, is also not thinking about it. Because we will shave those beards. He only has this. We will shave all of them and make him sit down. So don't dare us.
Yes, forget about Uganda fighting Kenya over the whole issue of ocean nonsense. There is nothing like that. Museveni and Ruto, they want to pretend that the two countries are in a fight. But the real thing is that they want to divert the attention of people so that we don't focus on the atrocities which was committed by the rogue regime of Samia Suluhu. We are focusing on the atrocities which were committed by the rogue regime of Samia Suluhu. Atubanduki, tuko pale pale. And we want to call upon the international community to expedite on this. We also want to tell The Hague, the International Criminal Court, to issue a warrant of arrest on Suluhu Samia. Samia has killed 10,000 youths in Tanzania. More than 10,000 actually. People are burying youths in Tanzania. Parents are burying their children. Talk of this young woman who has been charged with treason, just dancing on a TikTok a TikTok sound. She has been charged for that. Treason for that matter. So we are whether Museveni will fight with Ruto, we don't care. But it matters. The lives of Tanzanian youths matter. That's what we are saying.
Indian Ocean. Who owns the Indian Ocean? Kenyans. Kenyans. With your education, you don't know that the international law states that Indian Ocean or international waters belong to no country. Every country, whether it has a coastline or landlocked, it is entitled to use the ocean the way they want, economic-wise and security-wise. Museveni came out and said Indian Ocean is his. He meant Indian Ocean is for Uganda and it's for everyone. Don't intervene in anything Uganda is doing on the international waters. We have to collaborate with Africans. But I have a problem. I think Ruto has to change the education system of Kenya entirely. I'm so annoyed with some Ugandans. I think Ugandans are the most intelligent people on the world. But I'm so surprised that I saw some Ugandans yapping, commenting nonsense. You don't know that one of the biggest problem Uganda has is high levels of taxation. High levels of taxation. And do you know what brings that? What causes that? One of the things is transportation of these goods. Do you know that it costs too little to transport things or around and all over the ocean and compared to transporting things from Kenya to Uganda just because it's too costly to transport goods on land. And that's why we need access. We need the railway from Kenya. Like Museveni was complaining about you Kenyan is failing to collaborate with your brothers and saying that you own the Indian Ocean. You don't own the Indian Ocean. You just lack information and quality education. And just a free advice, if you're a parent and you're in Kenya, send your children for free education in Uganda. We have UPE schools offering free education. Kenyans, and please don't call for war. You guys are good. I think you're good at shouting, but you ain't intelligent. I've met a lot of Kenyans, and I will say you ain't so intelligent.
The trickery in politics is going to divert very many people. When they say politics is a dirty game, it means that it involves everything and anything. Very many people were focused on protest vote. There are people who were focused on freedom for justice for those that are being charged with treason in Tanzania. There are people who is fighting for different things. But at the moment, the entire conversation of almost anyone who is in Uganda or Kenya or even any other part of Africa is going to be what's next. What is the president of Uganda saying next? What is General Muhoozi saying next? What is President Ruto going to respond? What about this? Instead of us as Ugandans focusing on what we really want for 2026. If you want the president of Uganda to come back, well and good. If you want change, well and good. Let us focus on that. And we have different things that are really happening in our different zones. But now, because the focus has, been changed or diverted, guys, I don't know what to tell you, but what I'm going to tell you is that for me, when we reach the bridge, that is when we shall discuss how to cross over. However, for now, Until next time, see you. Bye bye.